Haji Shamsuddin Muhammad Hafez Shirazi, known by his pen name Hafez, the Memorizer, was a Persian lyric poet whose collected works are regarded by many Iranians as one of the highest pinnacles of Persian literature. His works are often found in the homes of Persian speakers, who learn his poems by heart and use them as everyday proverbs and sayings. His life and poems have become the subjects of much analysis, commentary, and interpretation, influencing post 14th century Persian writing more than any other Persian author. Hafez is best known for his Divan, a collection of his surviving poems probably compiled after his death. His works can be described as antinomian, and with the medieval use of the term theosophical. The term theosophy in the 13th and 14th centuries was used to indicate a mystical work by authors only inspired by the holy books, as distinguished from theology. Hafez primarily wrote in the literary genre of lyric poetry or ghazals. That is the ideal style for expressing the ecstasy of divine inspiration in the mystical form of love poems. He was a Sufi. Themes of his ghazals include the beloved, faith, and exposing hypocrisy. In his ghazals, he deals with love, wine, taverns, all presenting ecstasy and freedom from restraint, whether in actual worldly release or in the voice of the lover speaking of divine love. His influence on Persian speakers appears in divination by his poems. Fale Hafez, his poems in Persian traditional music, visual art, and Persian calligraphy. His tomb is located in his birthplace of Shiraz. Adaptations, imitations, and translations of his poems exist in all major languages. Before I start, I have to mention that in Persian language we don't have gender specific pronouns. So in translation I use the he pronoun and it means both feminine and masculine pronouns. I wish you understand it, and I'll also urge you to purge gender specific features from your language step by step using Persian language as example. In this episode of Divan Hafez, we supposed to discuss the number 7 Ghazal. As حضرت حافظ says, صوفی بیا که آینه صافیست جام را تا بنگری صفای می لالفام را. It means, O Sufi, come, the mirror of the cup is clear, so that you can see the purity of the red wine or may. May means red wine in Persian language. Sufi, Safi, and Safa have arrays of puns and derivations. Ra in the first stanza is a prepositional voice. The cup is linked to a mirror in clarity and transparency. Ghazal begins by calling Sufi to come and see something in the jam may, or cup of the red wine, as if he wants to show something to someone in continuation of a previous conversation. Lalfam means red colored. Lal is red ruby, that its color is repeatedly used in Persian poetry for red wine or the lips of the lover. The next line is راز درون پرده ز رندان مست پرس کین حال نیست زاهد عالی مقام را. In the continuation of his address to Sufi, after showing the purity of Lalfam's May or ruby red wine, he continues that if you are looking for the secret behind the veil, ask Rendan Mast or drunken Rend. Rend is someone who doesn't care about his situation and is always happy living. The high-ranking ascetic does not have this state and this quality, and he doesn't have this love either. Who can know the secret behind the veil, or if he knows, he can answer your question. The drunken Rend and the high-ranking ascetic have come together in confrontation, and a Sufi is described as someone who seeks to know the secret behind the veil from a high-ranking ascetic. And the poet considered the purity of Lalfam's May, or red wine, and the drunken Rendan as more knowledgeable and kind, and advised Sufi that if he wants the secret behind the curtain, he should ask the drunken Rendan. It could be the poet himself. Note that in Persian Irfan, it is believed that there is another parallel world to this physical world that our physical eye cannot see, and humans can only see it through their heart or soul. This heart that is in Ghazals in Persian is called Dil or Qalb, is actually the essence of human. What is he truly is without considering his physical body. The next line is عنقا شکار کس نشود دام باز چین کانجا همیشه باد به دست است دام را. No one can hunt the عنقا. That is a legendary bird. For example, simorgh. You also pluck the trap that you set, that there where they are spread with the intention of hunting animals, there is nothing but the wind in the hand of the animals. Wind in the hand is an allusion to returning empty-handed and not getting anything. Anqa will not be hunted by anyone, and stop wanting to set traps and catch monkeys, because there and in that work your trap will always catch nothing but the wind. Maybe Hafez intends here that by logic and people who expect themselves wise, the secrets of the divine word cannot be grasped. The next line is در بزم دور یک دو قدح در کش و برو یعنی طمع مدار وصال دوام را. In a party where everyone takes turns tasting a pint of wine, pour a glass or two and go. This means that you should not hope that the connection will last forever. You can only have a drink or two and go, and it is pointless to expect a constant connection. Bazm Dor can be a metaphor for life, like a party where everyone stays for a while and then leaves. The next line is ای دل شباب رفت و نچیدی گلی ز عیش پیرانه سر مکن هنری ننگ و نام را. O my heart, my Dil, the days of youth passed, and in those days you did not pick a flower from the garden of luxury. It means you didn't take your chance. Now that you are old, don't make art because of your reputation. I see the making art as a humorous and sarcastic expression. Don't be artistic. Don't do extraordinary work. Do not do anything dangerous. In other words, when you were young, and for young people, luxury and picking flowers is considered permissible. In other words, it can be justified and there is less dishonor on it. You did not do this. Now that you are old, don't create a masterpiece in your old age for the sake of preserving your reputation. The next line is در عیش نقد کوش که چون آب خور نمان آدم بهشت روزه دارالسلام را. Try to have the luxury of criticism. Live the moment. This is because Adam also left the shrine, the paradise, Darussalam, the safe place, garden, in which he had comfort and health, because there was no water that called Kausar, or the water from the spring of immortality, and left that place. In other words, heaven was not eternal, so try to benefit from every happiness that is available to you. Paradise is used as a verb here, from hashtan, meaning abandoning or putting down, which has complete puns with the word heaven, meaning campus, paradise, or minu. The next line is ما را بر آستان تو بس حق خدمت است ای خواجه باز بین به ترحم غلام را. I have served you a lot, and for this reason I have the right to serve you, O Khwaja, meaning someone great. In return for this service, for your kindness, compassion, and servitude, consider me to be at your service and by your side. حافظ مرید جام می است ای صبا برو و از بنده بندگی برسان شیخ جام را. Hafez wants it badly the May cup or the red wine, and asks Sabah, go and express your devotion and servitude to the Sheikh of the cup, who serves the May, serves the wine, and the holder of the cup, the holder of the jam, on my behalf, and tell him that the keeper of the cup wants a May. The Hafez wants a May, wants red wine. And Hafez is asks Sabah to go and ask who serves the wine, and Hafez only wants Jame May in this world. This was the first episode of Divan Hafez podcast, and it discussed the number 7 Ghazal of Hafez. I wish you enjoyed it and join me on the next episodes.